Right now, you're going to discover the 7-step automation that you can build right now inside Active Campaign to get your audience to consume your content before they consume more of your content. Stay tuned to learn more. Hello, my name is Keith Carpenter and welcome to this video. Right now in this short video, you're going to discover how to put together this automation that you see right here on the screen. It looks probably complicated. I didn't think it looked that complicated because I made it. And as you're making it, you're just like, okay, this makes sense. But some people said that it looked complicated. So I want to just break this down and make it very easy. Show you, first of all, what I did, what I put in this automation, and then sort of kind of explain it to you. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's take a look at this initial automation. So up here you can see contact subscribes to list ABC widget company. Okay. And again, this is a fake automation that I can now go back and plug everything into now that I've built the actual automation. We built it out. Now you go back in and put the content in where it belongs. I think that's a great way to do this, is figure out what you're, if you have content, great. For me, I'm working on content right now that I know is going to be 7 steps. There's basically a 7-step blueprint that I'm going to be sharing. So that's sort of what this is built upon, is sharing that 7-step blueprint. So the first step is they opt in for the 7-step blueprint. Okay, let's say, and then we tell Active Campaign here, send an email. Okay, and I chose a bunch of templated emails just to put this together. So we say send an email. That email would probably be, hey, thanks for joining my list. Here's the link to the piece of content that you just requested, the first step in the 7-step blueprint. Go ahead, check it out, and let me know what you think. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to entice them to go to our content, because if they click the link to go to the page, I'm not sure if Active Campaign has ways to see how long they stayed on that page, but at least we know that if they click the link, they went to the content. And I think that's good enough for right now for me, to be able to say, hey, I can move them on to the next stage, the next piece of content, if they make that action, right? If they click that link. So we send this email out on day one, right away. And then what happens is we say, hey, wait one day. Okay, just wait a day. And then go back and check and see, has this person clicked on that link for the content? Okay. And if they have, we go here where it says yes, and we basically send them email two. Let me just scroll up. We send them email two, as you see right here. Okay. Perfect. Right. Let's say they click on that link, they go, they check out that second step of the 7-step blueprint. We tell the system to wait for one day, check and see if they clicked on the link. If they did, then we go over here, we send email number 3, right? So the next day, right? Or right away rather, and then wait one day, check to see if they clicked on the link here in email 3 to go view our content. If they did, go down here, go to yes, and send email number 4. Okay, does that make sense? So what we're doing down the left leg is we're saying, hey, anyone that takes the action that we wanted them to take is going to now get moved on to the next step. So they're going to get the next piece of content that we need them to see so that they can understand our whole story, right? The big goal here is that, traditionally you'd have 7 autoresponders set to go out, one on day 1, one on day 3, one on day 5, one on day 7, one on day 9. And the person may have never even opened the first one, right? The one on day 1. So you've given them all this content and just threw it at them, right? It's like throwing spaghetti against the wall and saying, here you go, dinner is served, right? It doesn't work effectively, or as effectively as this. So as you can see, and let me just scroll out a minute, I want to make a point here. If the person does everything we want them to do in terms of, let's say, right away they open the content, they're hyper reactive, they're looking for this information, you can see that they'll start here and they'll work their way right down. And every single day, they're going to get the next piece of content. So if they're super interested in what we're offering, by day 7, they're going to get the 7th piece of content. They're going to have probably call to actions right throughout, maybe, or maybe not, until the last piece of content is served. And then you say, hey, now that you know the 7-step blueprint, let me show you. I have a course that's going to show you exactly how to do all this, right? It's going to show you over my shoulder, sort of like you're doing right here. So that's the goal here, is to get them to go down this. Now, we know that in the real world, that does not happen, okay? People don't always just run to the computer to get our content, or they don't always open and click on the link right away to go check out our content. So what happens if they don't? And that's where this marketing automation comes in, and that's this side over here where this is so important. It's huge. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Now let's go up and look at this side. Let's take a look at this side in detail and see. Okay, we said if we send this first email, wait a day. If they click the link, we send the next piece. If they don't click the link, this is where we're going to go and take a look over here and see what happens if they don't click the link. Okay. So over here, they said they didn't click the link. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to send an email reminder email number one. It's going to say something like, hey, yesterday you opted in for this piece of information, but you didn't click the link. I just wanted to, not that you didn't click the link, but, I just wanted to make sure you had a chance to check out this piece of content. It's a smoker of a blog post. It's going to show you this, this, and this. It's going to give you this benefit. Go there now and check it out. Okay. So we entice them to remind them to go do that. If they may do that, they may not. But here's the deal. 2 days later, we're going to tell Active Campaign, hey, check to see if that person clicked the link. And if they did, yes, we're going to go ahead and throw them to another action. What's the other action? The second email. Okay. So this, you can see this line goes all the way up over here, and we just simply pulled this over to the second email. So now they're back on track over here on the left side, right? We've pushed them over to the left side, and that's the goal, is to push them all the way down that left side and get them to the end. Okay. So that's essentially what we've done here. Now, let's say 2 days later, they still haven't clicked that link. Okay. For whatever reason, they just haven't clicked it. We send another reminder email that says, hey, a few days ago, you had opted in for this information. I wanted to make sure you had a chance to see it. Here's the link. Go check this out before it goes down, or, whatever kind of scarcity, urgency that you truly have in your offer, build it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, after 3 days, if they have clicked that link, we're going to send them over to email number 2. If they haven't clicked the link, we're going to send them over to email number 2. Okay, so we're going to push them back over to the left side. And I think probably at the end, we'll be able to see how many pushed over to the left side through this automation versus how many actually clicked links to get back over there. Okay, does that make sense? So essentially what will happen is, let's say, he got busy 2 days later, he clicks the link, within that 2-day period, clicks the link, ends up getting pushed back over to email number 2. And then what happens is, it waits a day, and if he clicked, it pushes him over here to email number 3. If he didn't, guess what? He's pushed back over here on this side. Okay, where now it's going to send a reminder and say, hey, here's the second step in the 7-step blueprint. It's so essential. You got to know, because this, and this. It's going to help your business in this way. It's going to help you do this. It's going to help you do that. Go check it out, and you push them over there. Wait 2 days. Check to see if they clicked the link. If they did, push them over to email number 3. If they didn't, we're going to send a reminder, say, hey, check this out. 3 days later, we check to see if they clicked the link. If they did, we push them over to email number 3. If they didn't, we push them over to email number 3. I know that Barry Moore, who has a course on Active Campaign on Udemy, it's a great course, especially if you're just getting started. I know he mentioned that you can take this and just kind of push them over there. I think for right now, I'm going to leave it like this just to see, because what I want to know is, did they click, I guess. And if I can get that information later to know how they get pushed over, I could push them over right here after 3 days. But I also want to know, did they click, right? Are they engaged at all? Because that click right there is going to give me, allow me to increase my lead scoring, right? If you're using the scoring system inside here to track the warmth of your leads, this will allow me to give them points. And this probably would allow me to take points off, maybe, if they didn't click and I just pushed them over there. They might lose a point or two. Okay, so I hope that really helps to understand that this was a really simple setup. I mean, there was not a lot. I mean, the thought that went into it, I think, was important, because it sort of like, well, hey, I want them to go down this side, but if they don't, I got to push them back over there. But at the end of the day, that's what this, that's what this is all about, right? This marketing automation is about, I think the biggest thing, number one, is understanding how to set all this up. But then once you do, you have to come up with the content to share with your audience, right? And that's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. So I hope this helps. If there's anything else I can do, or any questions that you have, certainly find me on Facebook, Keith Carpenter Jr. Friend me. Ask me anything, and if you'd like more videos as I get to know the system, I'd be happy to continue to make more videos to show you how we're using the system to automate our marketing and really kind of turn things on autopilot to get better results. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something here, and we'll see you soon.